The Valve Index is without a doubt the best VR headset on the market in terms of specs and features. I have used my Index for over 1,000 hours since January, and it's worked amazingly. The thing is, if you use something for 1,000 hours, it's probably going to break at some point. 1,000 hours is a lot. So in this video, I'll talk about all the things that have broken and all the issues I've experienced with my Index in the first 1,000 hours of usage and how Steam has dealt with said issues. First, I'll talk about everything I love about the Valve Index. The headset itself is amazing. It's comfy, it's not heavy, and it's the only headset out there to rock a 144Hz display. It has two 1440 by 1600 display, and the field of view is better than anything else I've ever had the pleasure to use. The audio straps sound amazing, and they hang just over your ears, so you don't need to touch them. And the result is a super immersive experience. The mic on the Index is amazing if you're recording or streaming, which I'm recording right now. I'm not using the Index mic though, but the Index mic is better than the one I'm currently using. All these things aside though, I have experienced several issues with the headset, so if these are a huge issue for you, I don't recommend the Index. So the first issue is pretty minor, but it's still noticeable. It's with the strap adjuster on the back. When I first got my Index, the strap adjuster worked well. It felt smooth to turn and it just worked. Unfortunately, 1,000 hours later, it frequently jams. Once again, it's not a huge issue, but it was worth noting. The next issues are with the Knuckles controllers. Now don't get me wrong, I absolutely love these controllers. Hand tracking has to be one of the coolest features VR has ever had. Picking things up in VR has never been easier or more immersive. The straps are adjustable to the point where they feel nice even with massive hands like mine, or tiny hands like my mother's. An unrelated issue is that if you play a game for a while and your hand starts to sweat, it can be difficult to drop things, so keep that in mind. But other than that, yeah. But the first real issue with the Knuckles I had was on my right controller. You may have noticed it in some of my videos. My right trigger squeaks. I started doing this after maybe the first 100 hours of usage. Here's my right trigger. And here's my left. Right. Left. Very different in terms of sound. Even though this isn't a huge issue, and it usually goes unnoticed, it is a shame that my most used button squeaks every time I press it. You know what's also a shame? That you've got this far into the video and haven't subscribed yet. You should totally do it. It costs you nothing, and you will see my future content if you do so. I also had an issue with the left knuckle, a much worse issue. About 2 months after I started using my Index, the left thumbstick started to not work as well. It started with it not always detecting when it was being pressed forward. It was pretty annoying, but I could live with it. But over the course of the next 2 weeks or so, it would work maybe 70% of the time, going right, left, or backwards, and flat out stop working, period, when pushing it forwards. If you have ever played any smooth locomotion VR games, you will know that you move with the left thumbstick. When playing Pavlov, I literally couldn't move forward and was forced to move only sideways or backwards, giving me a major handicap. I contacted Valve about it, and to my relief, they seem to be one of the better companies when it comes to customer support. After dealing with the unreasonable nature of companies like B&H and ViewSonic, dealing with Valve was refreshing. Even though I watched it pretty frequently, it feels disgusting. If you play VR a lot, you're gonna have to choose between a disgusting face gasket or buying another one from Steam for about $40 US. It's not much, and yeah, it's probably worth it. Well, yeah, that concludes all the issues I've had with my Valve Index for the first 1,000 hours of usage. Smash that like button, subscribe, and maybe I'll make another video after I use my VR headset for 3,000 hours. Until then, play safe and play hard.